The left-wing media is openly speculating that Bumblin Biden will not run in 2024. In this video, we're going to look at the frenzy of articles that have come out of late questioning the future of the Biden regime. We're going to see how all the devastating polls are getting even worse for Brandon. And stick with me to the very end of this video when I'll show you what's the real reason behind all of this speculation. And let's just say, old Sleepy Joe ain't gonna like it. You are not gonna want to miss this. Greetings, everyone. Dr. Steve here with you. Great to be with you. As always, I am your daily fake news antidote, as each and every day I provide patriotic analysis to help you to think better so you can feel better in these crazy and turbulent times. So if you haven't already done so, you know what to do. Make sure to smack that bell and subscribe button. Before we begin, gang, it is Christmas time. It's the most wonderful time of the year. And what could possibly be better gift for the patriots in your life than Mike Lindell's MyPillow products? Gang, they're simply the best. Every night I sleep with the best pillows and sheets on the market from my good friend Mike Lindell. And this Christmas, Mike and his company are offering the lowest prices in their history with promo code Turley. Get this, usually the classic MyPillow is $69.98, but now it's only $19.98 if you use my code Turley at checkout. And you can use that code Turley for savings on over 200 products for your family and friends this Christmas. So don't wait, click on that link below to support Mike and MyPillow and give the patriots in your life the gift of the best sleep of their lives. All right, gang, let's dive right in here. I think it goes without saying that Sleepy Joe Biden, Brandon, as he's affectionately called all over the nation, is simply put a president like no other. It's being widely acknowledged that we simply have never seen a commander-in-chief implode like Biden has done in the mere 10 months in office. We have to remember, this didn't begin with Afghanistan. It began with his first 100 days in office. Don't forget that an ABC Washington Post poll found that Let's Go Brandon's approval rating at the 100-day mark of his presidency was, quote, the third lowest since tracking began in 1945. The degeneracy of this presidency did not begin with Afghanistan. It began on January 20th with the inauguration that nobody attended. Remember that? Only about 2,000 people actually showed up to that fiasco that swore in a dithering old man who shouldn't even be driving a car. Biden's imploding polls are just indicative of the degeneracy of his regime from its very beginning. The only difference is that the disaster that is our nation at the moment has become evident to quite literally everyone. Everyone is feeling the constraining effects of inflation. Everyone is seeing the absurdity of the Biden regime's COVID response. Everyone recognizes the insanity at the board. Everyone. The question now is simply, how do we respond? What are we going to do about this? Well, an increasing number of leftist pundits are beginning to openly panic about Brandon's implosion. And that panic can be seen by the number of articles that have been written of late in leftist standard bearers like the Washington Post, openly speculating that Biden will not run for re-election in 2024. In fact, leftist pundits openly questioning whether Biden will run again is now commonplace throughout the mainstream media. Oh, he's running, Jen Circleback Psaki assures us. But when the very person who's actually paid to lie is the only person confirming your supposedly future candidacy, you gotta wonder. Even the ultra-leftists at CNN, who are desperately trying to cover up the latest Chris Cuomo scandal, even CNN is openly discussing the possibility of a Harris-Buttigieg ticket for 2024. And what we need to get in all of this, the key to understanding all of these articles, is that they only appear to be speculative. They are in actuality, in reality, prescriptive. These articles are not speculative, they are prescriptive. Make no mistake. These articles are not mere considerations of Biden dropping out of the 2024 race. They are definite recommendations that he do so. The globalist political class is beginning to panic over the growing mass uprising against Brandon's incompetence, and for good reason. The latest poll from Rasmussen that just came out is utterly devastating. Take a look at this. A stunning 58% of likely voters believe that Sleepy Joe is not up to the job of being president, When asked how confident are you that Joe Biden is physically and mentally up to the job of being president of the United States, a full 50% said they are not at all confident, while just another 8% said, well, not very confident. But then Rasmussen asked a follow-up question that's just as revealing. Do you think Joe Biden is doing the job of president, or are others making decisions behind the scenes? Astonishingly, only 38% believe Biden is making his own presidential decisions. A clear majority, 53%, say others are making the decisions for him. He's a puppet. That's astonishing. 58% believe he's not physically or mentally up to the job. 53% believe he's a puppet. Others are making the decision for him. Now, this Rasmussen poll would explain, at least in part, why Biden's approval numbers have tanked. The latest Suffolk University USA Today poll has Biden's approval rating right now at 38%. The latest Trafalgar poll has Biden sinking to just 39% approval. The latest Quinnipiac poll has Biden barely clinging to life at just 37% approval. The latest Zogby shows Biden cratering to an utterly humiliating 36%. And keep in mind that that same USA Today poll, the original one that had Biden at 38%, has Kamala Harris's approval at an utterly dismal 28%. I wonder what Harris thinks about that.
No.
The same USA Today poll found that 64% of American voters, according to this far, 64% do not want Biden to run for another term. That includes 28% of Democrats. We're just 10 months into his presidency, and 2/3 of the voting public don't want Brandon around anymore. And so it's no wonder that more and more articles are being written, again, from a far left and corrupt media that recognize that Biden has to go. Far left sites like Salon.com are openly predicting that the upcoming midterms will be what they call an electoral Armageddon for the Democrats. The Democrats dine in luxury as American families struggle to put food on the table. It's a recipe for electoral disaster. All the polls are indicating that that is precisely what awaits the Democrats in mere months. The latest generic ballot poll, which asks if you're going to support the Democrat candidate or the Republican candidate in the next congressional election, that gives the Republicans an unprecedented 8-point lead. That poll was corroborated by the newest Rasmussen poll that had the Republicans leading the Democrats in the generic ballot by double digits, by 13 points, 51% to 38%, the highest we've ever seen. A Washington Post ABC News poll shows a 10-point lead for Republicans in the generic ballot. So the pattern is appearing rather clear here. Biden is a disaster. Kamala, in many respects, is even worse. And with an electoral Armageddon on the horizon, the leftist media is openly recommending that Biden needs to quietly, but most definitely, exit stage left. Now, before you go, you will definitely want to check out my video on how President Trump is indeed running a shadow government in the midst of all of this insanity. You're going to find it absolutely fascinating. So make sure to click on the link, and I'll see you over there. God bless.